Guys, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is literally so imminent. So we got a brand new key art, or key visual as they say in Japan, and this is something quite exciting because this image here shows that things are gonna get quite intense for the DLC, especially because we're gonna see a young Goku who is not that experienced in combat, right? And this is gonna be quite crazy because you see that the gameplay is gonna be quite down to earth. Even the key visual shows the character fighting on the ground, which is pretty awesome, right? So here's the news quite recently. This is the new logo, which is pretty cool, Kakarot, and obviously it's in Japanese, so there will be one at some point in English. And the key visual is just absolutely beautiful. So the smash hit action RPG that allows players to experience the all-amazing fights in the iconic Dragon Ball series, as Goku himself has released the logo and key visual of the game's upcoming 5th batch of DLC, okay, which is pretty cool. Now, the 5th DLC serves as a prequel to the events of the original Dragon Ball Z Kakarot storyline and features a scenario that focuses on the events of the 23rd Budokai Tenkaichi. This is the part here which is interesting because it says 3 years have passed since the battle against the great demon king Piccolo. Goku has become a young man, and now the Saiyan hero will be thrown into a fierce showdown with none other than the reincarnation of the demon king himself, Ma Junior. What will happen in the battle where the fate of the very planet is at stake? Now, the very interesting thing here is that it says the following: 3 years have passed, okay? So this could be an indication that we're not going to be able to play with Goku in the training, as in Goku getting ready to effectively become, you know, an adult and prepare for the fight with Piccolo. So this could mean that the game will just start off at the start of the tournament, kind of just showing some flashes, maybe some cutscenes potentially, but that's pretty much it, which would be a bit disappointing. But at the end of the day, you know, it sometimes happens. Unfortunately, you can't really get everything you want in the game, so that's fine. I mean, obviously, if the story is lit and it lasts for at least like maybe 3 hours, then that would be a win-win situation. Now, in addition, the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot 4th DLC and the Kakarot Season Pass 2 are both still available. Season Pass 2 includes not only the 4th DLC and upcoming 5th DLC, but the upcoming 6th DLC as well. Nice. So yeah, guys, that's it for the news we have here on the official website. Now, of course, many of you guys will be asking yourselves, when is it coming? Now, of course, this is gonna come quite soon, because if they're releasing a key visual for the game, and we know that effectively there's been like some images on Twitter and some lots of teasers, this is gonna come very soon. My personal prediction is that this is gonna drop at some point, maybe in April we'll see this literally on gameplay with it, because it's smart, because we have between April and June, there's quite a little gap there, because there's quite a lot of good games coming in June. You have Diablo 4, you have Final Fantasy, you have a lot of very strong games. So if this game wants to compete with other RPG-ish games, because at the end of the day, this is an action RPG, okay, it has RPG elements, then it would want to release at some point in between that huge list of other RPG games, okay? So I believe the month of April, more or less, should be a perfect month for this game to release. It was just perfect. I mean, I think April is the key, and after that, the next DLC, which would be the DLC 6, which we don't know yet what's going to be about, maybe Broly, for example, that one, the best time to release that one from my personal point of view would be at some point between September and October. That gives us effectively April, May, June, July, August, September, so that's pretty much 6 months for us to enjoy this particular DLC, and then the next DLC, the final DLC of the Season Pass 2, would be released in October. And that would be quite a good spread of the DLCs, to be honest, so I expect this to come very imminently. I would expect an announcement on their official Twitter account literally in a matter of weeks in terms of the release date, and also trailer. Most likely trailer, we're gonna get one, of course, and it's gonna be lit. So of course we're gonna be streaming this on the channel. I'm gonna play the tournament. I am hoping, guys, I am so hopeful that they will enable a permanent tournament mode. So not just for the story, as in enable it so you can play it again with different characters. Now this is just my wishful thinking. It's not been confirmed. Most likely it may not happen because, you know, Bandai is quite cheap in these things and they release just bare bones DLCs, sadly. But if it happens, then all I want is just to have a simple tournament mode so I don't have to use mods every time I want to play with a different character, which is just annoying. I want to play with Krillin, I want to play with Tenjin Han, I want to play with Yamcha, I want to play with so many of the characters, Goten and Trunks as well, Kid Trunks obviously. So, because they're there, they have their skills, you can level them up, or somehow you just can't use them, which doesn't make any sense. Why would they do this? Why would they do this to you, right? It just doesn't make any sense, right? But guys, that's it for today's video on this particular news on the 5th DLC, which is actually called, I think, Trouble at the World Tournament or something like that. I think it's called something, I think it's called like the Trouble at the World Tenkaichi Tournament, as in the official name of the DLC 5. Basically, the World Tournament fight, which is going to decide the fate of planet Earth, okay? So yeah guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next upload.